One of my favorite chores is planting new plants in the garden. These are potted plants that I got at the local big box store. This one here is phlox, and there's lots of different kinds of phlox, but this is one of the more wild kinds. This is a Ajuga. There's different colors of it, and it's really good for planting in between the stepping stones in your garden. And this is coral bells. This is what you might call the just plain coral bells. There's all kinds of them with different colored leaves and everything, but I think this is the just plain one. So yeah, I like it. This one here is Veronica, and it's kind of a ground cover with, you can see the flowers here on top. They're not real huge, but I kind of like it. This is hen and chicks, and it likes to be in full sun. And if it gets in full sun, it will bloom, which it sends up a bloom stalk right in the middle. And this is Salvia. Again, there's different kinds of it. This is the one with the blue flowers. So I just walk around trying to find a bare place to put things. And this looks like a place where there's nothing else growing in it. Here is a hardy lily that's just coming up from last year. I've got quite a few of those. They're about knee high, and some of them might be as high as chest high. They have big flowers, and some of them are really sweet smelling. I'm just checking to make sure there's nothing else growing here. Sometimes I put the dirt in a wheelbarrow, and other times I'll just put it beside the hole I'm digging. It depends on how crowded an area I'm working in. The best thing you can do for your soil is have lots of organic material in it. You never ever want to rake your flower bed. And all of these worms in here, earthworms, is the best thing for your soil. And they live on the organic matter in the soil, like old leaves and things. And that's the best soil there is. Just turn it over and squeeze the sides of the pot to loosen it up in there. And if the roots are coming out the bottom, just pull them off. You're not going to hurt them. And you can see how root bound that is. If it's really root bound like this, go around and squeeze it a little bit to make the roots start growing. Some people even have a knife, and they will cut the sides of it to make the roots start growing. So it should go in the ground at the same depth it's growing in the flower pot. So dig your hole deep enough so it's all at the same depth, and then just push the dirt in around it. just crumple up the clods of dirt and put it around the plant that you're planting. And here's some coral bells. I like this plant too. It likes more shade. The price says on here, part shade, sun. Sun, part shade. The other side of my flower bed, I think it's going to be just about perfect for this. I'm going to look around for a perfect place. This here is one of the varieties of coral bells that I planted a few years back. It's got the colored leaves, whereas this one has the all green leaves. This looks like a good place right here. Here's a red twig dogwood. You can see the new leaves just coming on. New growth. The more you dig in your flower bed, the easier it's going to get. And so you can see I've been working in this flower bed for a few years, so it's not much work to dig in. Just make sure it's at the same ground level as the flower pot. And then just push the dirt in around it. If there's any big clumps, break them up with your hands. I think this looks like a good place to plant the phlox, because there's a lot of sun right here, and they're going to like full sun. So just squeeze the sides to loosen it up. Catch it and squeeze the roots a little bit to get them started growing, and put it in the ground the same level it's already growing in the flower pot. This is Ajuga. I believe it's the color is called Chocolate Soldier, and it is great for planting over stepping stones, and it will crawl across the ground. It's not very tall, just like 3 or 4 inches, and it will crawl across the tops of these stepping stones. So it's a nice decorative plant for your flower garden. This here is more of the hardy lilies that have multiplied, whereas there probably just was originally one there, and look how it's just multiplied all over the place. So a nice little hole here right between stepping stones. And be sure and make it as deep as the pot, so the pot is going to be growing at ground level. These red plants are a variety of penstemon that just grows early in the spring. And they've been in that site there for a couple years. This is Veronica, which is kind of a nice little ground cover with smallish flowers. We have different colors. This one here looks like it's going to be pink. This is Creeping Jenny I'm pulling up, but I'm going to move this bee balm because it grows out over the sidewalk here. So I planted it too close to the sidewalk last time, so I'm going to move it farther up here, maybe a little bit away from the sidewalk. And I'm just going to put this Veronica right beside it. I'm going to plant the hen and chicks now. This place here is in full sun and in kind of a gravel mulch, so this should be perfect conditions for this. It likes full sun. This one here is columbine. It's one of those plants that hummingbirds are supposed to like. This is Brunnera macrophylla. It has blue flowers and it likes a lot of shade, I think. So I think this is probably a good place to put it, over here in the shade. This is Louisa. It's got thick green leaves there, and it's called a succulent. It holds a lot of water in the leaves, and it likes full sun, even with the gravel mulch around it, like the hen and chicks. So there's a lot of gravel here, so I'm going to put it right over here.